And I know that y'all hate the mayor of y'all city. His name is Trae Young. And this dates back to a couple of years ago. What is the feeling still around when you go around the city and you mention the word Trae, the name Trae Young? What's the aura of New York?
Before you answer that, you can't be mayor for one term, man. He had one term, so that don't really count, man. Like, you just can't go out and say, "Oh, dude, that's like saying Linsanity." He had one term. He got to go back and do more than just one term. Did they even make the playoffs last year?
They were
barely, but they did.
They were in the play-in.
Yeah.
They got smacked around by Miami in the first round.
Yeah.
See, you got to have more than one term, man.
So I don't like to give anybody that kind of power, you know. So we don't react a whole lot to Trae. Me personally, so as a Knicks fan, I was born in New York, but I'm probably about to move back here. But I lived in South Florida, so I flew up here for Game 1 of the playoffs. We were loud. The Garden was rocking the entire time. Like, the players talk about, the energy was insane. It was a great game. We had and we had a 1-point lead. And for 47 minutes and 59.1 seconds, it was the loudest environment I'd ever been in. And then Trae Young hit that floater with 0.9 seconds left. And I've never experienced anything like it in my entire life. The entire Garden, like, it was like a vacuum came in and sucked everything. There was no noise at all. You could hear a pin drop. And so when he was saying it's quiet as F in here, he was 100% right. It was extremely quiet. And I feel like, I made content. So after the game, I was excited about, going outside post game and celebrating in the street. I went outside, ghost town. And so I feel like he ruined that experience for me personally. So I'm always going to have a personal vendetta. I do respect it, but at the same time, I hooped, like, not to the level of, I didn't go to league or anything, but we were chanting F Trae Young. So to be somewhere where people are chanting F you and you respond by shutting up the entire arena and saying it's cool. I have to respect it. I have to tip my hat. I have to. I have no choice.
Especially
so I have
New Yorker.
Trae Young.
If you shut up a New Yorker, you must have done something.
He did it. Yeah. He did it. I have mad respect for him as a player. But it's up. It's smoke every time. I want to sweep the Hawks this year.
Of course. As well, it should be, right?
Exactly.
That's the guts of basketball. Draw a line, create a rivalry, and just ride it until you die. That's how sports works.
Now, Shaun, I'll say this. Obviously, Atlanta being a melting pot and being a transient city, when the Knicks come to town, just like when the Lakers or another team comes to town, your fan base is here. So there's plenty of people outside of New York, whether they moved here from New York or wherever. Grandpa was a Knicks fan, and that's how you became a Knicks fan. There's plenty of Knicks fans, and there's plenty of blue and orange in the building.
Man, it's ridiculous how people always talk about the Lakers fan, how they travel, but the Knicks fan, when they play out L.A., that 3/4 are real Knicks fans. It's the craziest thing ever. So they travel too.
Oh yeah, we call State Farm Arena MSG South. Like, we just.
So can we call Madison Square State Farm Arena North?
No,
because y'all don't outnumber us in there. There was a point.
But we do own that building.
No, you don't. Stop.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You gotta play
on that building.
And you see, this is the thing.
Stop it.
As a team who hasn't won much, I can identify when a team hasn't won much, because y'all won one playoff series and now I feel like y'all own the building. And for us personally, like, since the Highlight Factory days, since Josh Smith, Mike Woodson, like, we have been outnumbering y'all in that building. Like that, I remember that one during the Highlight Factory days. Whoever was the away team was the home team. I don't know what it is about Hawks fans, but they weren't showing up. So whoever y'all were playing had more fans in the building than y'all did. So we can call it MSG South.
That still happens to this day. They got to have someone perform for people to come to a damn Hawks game. I'm like, it's like, who's got T.I. at halftime or T.I. at the game, so everybody come in. That's the most ridiculous thing.
When they put on the game ticket, 2 Chainz at halftime, then you know what I mean? Like,